Are you struggling to save money each month, only to end up with nothing at the end? Or maybe you feel investing is too complicated or not for you? If so, this video is for you. Today, I'll be sharing 5 essential personal finance tips for beginners. These tips will help you not only save money but also grow it wisely. Watch till the end because the last tip is the most important one. Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into personal finance. These are the essential financial tips every beginner should know. Many people think personal finance is too complex or only for wealthy people. But the truth is, it's necessary for everyone, whether your income is high or low. Learning to manage your money well is simple if you follow a few key steps. So let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with the foundation of good financial health: budgeting. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Budgeting? That sounds boring. But trust me on this, budgeting isn't about restricting yourself. It's about understanding where your money is going, so you can make it work harder for you. Think of it like this. If you were building a house, you wouldn't just start laying bricks without a blueprint, right? That's essentially what you're doing with your money if you're not budgeting. The 50-30-20 rule is a great place to start. This means allocating 50% of your income to your needs. Things like rent or mortgage payments, groceries, utilities, and transportation. These are your non-negotiables, the things you absolutely need to cover each month. Next up, we've got 30% allocated to your wants. This is where the fun stuff comes in: dining out, entertainment, hobbies, that new pair of shoes you've had your eye on. This category is all about enjoying your money, but within reason. And finally, the most important 20% goes straight to savings and investments. This is the money that's going to secure your future, help you achieve your financial goals, and ultimately give you financial freedom. Now, I get it, tracking every single dollar might seem tedious, but thankfully, we live in the age of technology. There are tons of budgeting apps out there that make it super easy. You can even use a simple spreadsheet if that's more your style. The key here is consistency. Make it a habit to update your budget regularly, whether that's weekly or monthly. Remember, knowledge is power, and by understanding your spending habits, you'll be well on your way to financial success. Now that we've got budgeting down, let's talk about another crucial aspect of personal finance: building an emergency fund. Think of this as your financial safety net, your shield against unexpected life events that can throw your finances off track. Life is full of surprises, and not all of them are good. You could lose your job, face unexpected medical bills, or have your car break down. These situations are stressful enough without the added worry of how you're going to pay for them. That's where your emergency fund comes in. It's money set aside specifically for these unexpected events, providing a financial cushion when you need it most. Aim to have at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved in this fund. Now, I know what you might be thinking. 3 to 6 months worth of expenses? That seems like a lot. And yeah, it might seem daunting at first, but remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Start small. Even setting aside $50 or $100 each month is better than nothing. As you make progress with your budget and potentially increase your income, you can gradually increase this amount. To make sure you don't accidentally dip into your emergency fund, keep it separate from your everyday checking account. Consider opening a high-yield savings account specifically for this purpose. This way, your money is easily accessible when you need it, but not as tempting to spend on everyday purchases. Remember, building an emergency fund is an ongoing process. It takes time and discipline, but the peace of mind it provides is priceless. Chapter 3. Avoiding debt. Stay in control of your finances. Let's talk about debt, the dreaded D word. Now, not all debt is bad. Sometimes it can be a useful tool, like when you're using a mortgage to buy a house or taking out a student loan to invest in your education. But for the most part, we want to avoid high-interest debt like the plague. Think credit cards, payday loans, those kinds of things. These types of debt can quickly spiral out of control, putting a strain on your finances and holding you back from achieving your financial goals. So, how do we stay in control and avoid falling into the debt trap? It all comes down to being mindful of your spending habits and making smart choices with your money. First and foremost, if you're using credit cards, make sure you're using them responsibly. Pay your balance in full and on time every month to avoid those hefty interest charges. It's like a free, short-term loan if you play your cards right. But remember, credit cards shouldn't be used as an extension of your income. It's easy to overspend when you're swiping plastic and the bill isn't due immediately. Before you whip out that credit card, ask yourself, do I really need this or do I just want it? And speaking of wants versus needs, let's talk about impulse purchases. We've all been there. You're browsing online, and suddenly you stumble upon the deal of the century. You have to have it. But before you click that Buy Now button, take a step back and give yourself some time to cool off. Consider implementing a 24-hour or even a 72-hour rule before making any significant purchases. This will give you time to think it through, compare prices, and make sure it's something you truly need and can afford. Chapter 4. Saving and Investing. Make your money work for you. Now let's move on to one of the most exciting aspects of personal finance, saving and investing. This is where you get to put your money to work for you, building wealth and achieving your long-term financial goals. Let's start with saving. We already talked about the importance of building an emergency fund, but it's also crucial to save for other financial goals, like buying a house, starting a business, or retiring comfortably. The key to successful saving is consistency. Make it a habit to set aside a portion of your income each month, even if it's just a small amount. Think of it as paying yourself first. Now, while saving is essential, investing is how you make your money grow over time. It's like planting a seed and watching it grow into a mighty tree. There are countless investment options out there, from stocks and bonds to mutual funds and real estate. The key is to do your research, understand your risk tolerance, and choose investments that align with your financial goals and time frame. If you're new to investing, starting with a low-cost index fund or a robo-advisor can be a great way to dip your toes into the market. These options offer diversification and are generally lower risk than individual stocks. Remember, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about making consistent contributions over time and letting the power of compound interest work its magic. And hey, if you ever feel overwhelmed or unsure about where to start, don't hesitate to seek guidance from a financial advisor. They can help you create a personalized investment plan that aligns with your unique financial situation and goals. Chapter 5. Setting Financial Goals, Your Roadmap to Success. All right. Let's talk about the importance of setting financial goals. This is like having a destination in mind before you embark on a journey. Without a clear destination, you're more likely to wander aimlessly and end up somewhere you didn't intend to be. Financial goals give you direction, motivation, and a roadmap to follow. They provide a sense of purpose and help you stay focused on what's truly important to you. So, how do you go about setting effective financial goals? First, think about what you want to achieve with your money. Do you want to buy a house, retire early, travel the world? Once you have a general idea, it's time to get specific. Instead of just saying, I want to save more money, set a SMART goal. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of I want to save more money, a SMART goal would be, I will save $10,000 for a down payment on a condo within the next 3 years. See the difference? It's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant to your overall goal of buying a house, and it has a deadline. Once you've set your goals, write them down and keep them somewhere visible. This will serve as a constant reminder of what you're working towards and keep you motivated to stay on track. And remember, your financial goals are not set in stone. Life happens, circumstances change, and your priorities may shift over time. It's okay to revisit and adjust your goals as needed. The important thing is to have a plan and to be intentional with your finances. So there you have it, 5 essential steps in Personal Finance 101. If you follow these basic finance tips, you'll not only manage your money well, but also improve your financial health. Remember, this isn't rocket science. These are small steps that can make a big impact in the long run. If you've made it to the end of the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Next time, we'll cover even more fascinating finance topics. In closing, remember that money is a tool. Use it wisely so you can build a happier, self-reliant life. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.